So I'm up in Algonquin. It's the middle of January right now, and other than the fact that it's fairly cold out, it is absolutely beautiful and basically perfect conditions. We'll hike in for a few hours, set up camp, and it should be a really nice evening. Doesn't take very long to forget how much work winter camping is. Like everything, you know, literally everything you do is a little bit harder, slippier, colder, you know, but it's also very enjoyable. No bugs. It's so quiet. All I can hear right now is it was freezing rain up here yesterday or the day before. And so some of the trees have a little ice on them and you can just hear the ice breaking on the branches, and that's literally it. It's so peaceful. So I think I'm gonna set my tarp up here. There is so much standing deadwood all over the place here. So this is my new tarp. It's a Cook custom sewing, what is it, a 10 by 12 I think I got. Yeah, looks really nice. I set it up in my backyard a couple times, so let's get this set up and see how it performs out here. I actually don't have a dedicated winter sleeping bag, so what I have been doing the last couple of years is just using two down bags. This bag is rated for 15 degrees I think, and I've got some overfill in that as well, so I'll probably even go a little bit lower. And then this one is a 22 degree bag, which is really quite light, but it really makes a huge difference. That just this extra layer makes all the difference in the world when it's going to be in the -20s at night. So should be warm. So nice just to have a little fire going. Doesn't take much, just take that edge off. Gonna cook up a little freeze-dried meal tonight, which is different for me, but I got a bunch of these at home and we never ever use them, so I thought tonight, with it being as cold as it is, that it might not be a bad idea just to have something really easy. So we're going freeze-dried tonight, and we're having brown rice and chicken. Sounds kind of plain, but I'm sure it'll be good. It's definitely rehydrated, but it doesn't have a whole lot of flavor, I can tell you that. I'm starting to remember why we always make our own dehydrated meals. So warm. I don't know if I've ever had that happen before. It almost seemed like when maybe the Nalgene was just really cold and the cap had contracted a little bit and it wasn't fully seating down when I tightened it up, and now after it's warmed up it does, because it was actually leaking just a tiny bit, but I'm putting this on my bed, so I can't have this get wet. And I just put it into a sock just to keep it extra insulated. Just a thick wool work sock, and it actually works pretty good. I'm just going to stand this up here for now. That'll be really warm when I hop in there. That's the plan anyways.
Oh, that was so good. I keep checking on my boots here because I checked them a minute ago and they'd almost actually started to melt on just on the toe there. So, and it reminded me a few years ago I was out west. I was working with this guy. We had we were waiting for some material to be delivered. And we're working in the middle of the bush. So we thought, why don't we get a fire going, stay warm? It was middle of winter. We found some standing dead wood, cut it down, got a big fire going. He laid down next to the fire, and I was sitting on the other side of the fire, kind of on the Argo or side by side or whatever it was. And oh, it's just beautiful, right? We're just sitting there, toasty warm. It wasn't too bad of a day, but it was freaking cold. So, anyways, I started to kind of nod off. He nodded off, and I don't know how long it was, but I kind of woke up. I could smell this awful burning smell, and I looked over, and my partner there the sole of his boots were completely engulfed in fire. So I'm screaming at him, gotta put your boots out, your boots are on fire. Didn't skip a beat, went over, swung his leg, dumped the sole of his boot in the snow, put it out, and went right back. I couldn't believe it. Anyways, moral of the story, check your boots, because they do catch on fire. And the tread, I remember the tread after on his boots, they were different. They'll never be the same. How about that? Well, I think it's bedtime for me. As much as I'm enjoying sitting here next to this, it is so warm right here. Oh, time to get up. So it did get pretty cold last night. I don't know what the exact temperature was out here, but it definitely felt like minus 26, maybe even more. It was cold. Cold. Truthfully, it was a little bit uncomfortable even in my 2 sleeping bags. That's right at the limit of what those 2 bags could do comfortably. And those are actually quilts as well, so you're not like mummy style sleeping bags where you're totally wrapped up. So when it's really cold like this, it's the only time I notice when it gets down into the minus 20s. You can feel the cold air kind of come in where it touches the mat. You just feel just ever so slightly just that cold draft coming through. So definitely a mummy bag. I love those quilts. I love them. They're so comfortable. But I think definitely a big mummy bag that's the way to go for this type of thing. But we made her through.
Well, I think that's it for me today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Stay warm.